Hi everybody, it's been a while. I owe you all an apology because I kind of just disappeared from YouTube. So I wanted to say I was sorry about that, but I have what I think is a pretty good reason. 2024 was not a good year for me, and I just couldn't see going in front of the camera and pasting a smile on my face because it wouldn't have been genuine, and it was just really bad year. So I've been on YouTube for over 6 years, and I was kind of wrestling with am I going to come back, am I not going to come back? And then I finally got brave enough to look at my subscriber count because I was scared to look at that, and I noticed that it really hadn't gone down much at all, and so thank you for that. So I decided I would revitalize my channel and come back. So in 2024, or hell year as I like to call it, I just endured one disaster after another. So it all started in December of 2023 when Tim took a fall while he was walking with us. I thought he was gonna come up with a broken arm, but he didn't, and he ended up with a very sore rib cage on the side. And he really couldn't take a deep breath for the longest time. So I couldn't get him to go to the doctor. I wanted him to go to the doctor and get an x-ray, and of course he wouldn't go. He had an appointment at the end of January for a physical, and he's like, I already have an appointment, I don't need to go now. So I tell you, men, sorry guys, but men. So Christmas of 2023, we got engaged. We were going to get married sometime like late summer of 2024. And I was going to quit my job, move up to central Wisconsin, and we live happily ever after, right? By the end of January, Tim could hardly breathe. I mean, he would bend over to pick something up and come up, and he would just be, like that. And so when he went in for his doctor's appointment, she took an x-ray, and he had some fluid accumulating in his lungs, or in his chest cavity. And so it wasn't a lot, so she put him on some water pills and said, come back in 2 weeks. So he came back in 2 weeks, and again, he was just really winded, and the water pills really weren't working that well. And she took another x-ray, and his whole chest cavity was filled with water. And so she sent him to the emergency room right away. And they ended up taking 1.7 liters of water out of his chest cavity. So 2 weeks later, he went back, and he had more fluid taken out. This time it was 2.7 liters of water. And so they checked him into the hospital, because that's a lot, and gave him a good once over. Initially they thought it was his heart, but his heart checked out fine. And so they put him through all these tests, and they did a CT scan and noticed that his lymph system was inflamed. But he ended up leaving the hospital without a diagnosis. So they didn't know what the heck was going on. At the end of March, he went to see an ear, nose, and throat doctor because he had this inflamed lymph cell. And he had it biopsied before, and they didn't find anything. And so this doctor wanted him to have it biopsied again. This time, they found out that he had cancer. He had a non-Hodgkin's B-cell type lymphoma. So 10 days later, we met with the oncologist, and then he set up a treatment plan, which Tim started about a week later. But before he could start his treatments, he had to have a port put in for the chemotherapy, and the doctor wouldn't do the surgery for him because he was, again, so full of fluid. So they ended up taking another 1.7 liters of fluid out. His first chemo treatment was mid-April of 2024, and he would have 6 treatments 3 weeks apart. It was a pretty aggressive treatment the way they were doing it, but that's why they only did it every 3 weeks. So at the end of the treatment, which was in the beginning of August, he had a PET scan, and the scan showed that all the cancer was gone, which was amazing. And even the oncologist thought that was amazing. And he admitted sometime in July that Tim was stage 4 in his cancer. So he was so happy that his cancer was completely gone. Then he basically had a long road to recovery because he had done nothing for 4 months except sit in his chair because he felt so miserable. For me, I had to put my dog Macy down in May 23rd it was, because she had cancer, and it was a real sudden thing that happened all of a sudden, and I couldn't leave her in that state, and surgery was way, way expensive, and then you don't even know if she's going to survive. So I had to put her down, and that was devastating to me because she would follow me everywhere. She was always by my side. And then Ellie was going through such grief. I mean, between Ellie and I, we were a mess, going through such grief. She wouldn't get out of bed in the morning, and she wouldn't, wasn't eating very much. I had to put all this wet food in with her kibble so she would eat something. And eventually I decided I had to get another dog just to get her out of her grief, And so in November I adopted a new dog named Roxy. She was 4 months old when I got her. I don't know what possessed me to get a puppy. I just had a moment of weakness, I guess. And she is a Australian Shepherd, Border Collie, Blue Heeler mix is the best we can figure out. She came from a rescue that picks up dogs down in Alabama. But 5 days after I adopted her, we were going down the stairs, and she dropped her ball and it landed under my foot, and I wasn't able to react in time. I have pretty good reactions, and I couldn't react in time. And so I ended up sliding down the stairs and breaking my ankle. So I ended up being in a walking cast for 7 weeks. And then it was once they got the cast off, it was another month before I could do full activity. So beginning of February is when I got the okay to do activity as I felt I could do it. So yeah, that was 2024. I'm glad it's over. I just really, it just knocked the stuffing out of me. I gotta tell you that. It's really windy here. I'm hiding behind the greenhouse, but I don't think it's working. So the new plan is for me to move up to Tim's by June 1st. I told him we have to have a date on the calendar. Otherwise, we're just going to put it off and put it off and put it off. So the company I work for would not let me quit my job. And they're like, why won't you just work from home? And I said, we don't have a system in place for me to work from home. And so they said, well, develop one. And so I spent a lot of last year developing a system so I could work remotely. So now I'm working remotely 4 to 5 days. And then come June 1st, I will be working complete remote. And I told them I wanted a flexible schedule. I would not sit at my desk from 8:30 to 4:30 every day. And they said, fine. So that felt really good that they appreciate me. You know what I mean? So along with gardening, and there will be a lot of gardening, I'm going to bring in more home stuff. Besides, it is Sharon's home and garden. And we are going to do an addition onto Tim's house, because one of the things I said is I want my dream kitchen and I want a bigger garden. That's what I said. We are also either going to replace or update our cabin / trailer up by the lake in northern Wisconsin. And then Tim also wants a new pole building to replace a lot of the sheds that are falling down and coming apart. So we want to do that too. As we go through the barns on the property, there are 3 generations of stuff in these barns. So I thought it would be kind of fun to bring you along for some of the explorations of the barns. As for the garden, last year was a complete disaster in the garden. We did manage to get 55 quarts of pickles, and that was between the garden and me buying pickles down here at the farmer's market. The rest of the garden was just covered in weeds. Even though I had put some landscape fabric down, the weeds had just taken over, because Tim was able to do a little bit of work in February in the garden before he got really sick, and he ended up putting a bunch of cow manure in, and that stuff was just loaded with weed seeds. So there was just weeds everywhere, and I couldn't get up there very often, and he wasn't not feeling well. He could not work in the garden. The oncologist told him, you can't work in the garden. Yeah, the garden was a complete disaster. So this year, hopefully, we'll get the silage tarp on, because I wasn't able to put that on last year. And Tim could have helped me put it on, but I knew he wasn't going to be able to help me take it off, and I can't lift that thing. So I said, nope, we're not putting the silage tarp on. It was a big mistake. One of the biggest changes this year is that I'm not starting any plants. I'm not starting anything from seed. No tomatoes, no peppers, none of that. I'm going to buy all my plants from a nursery, with the exception of like cucumbers and beans, those items that you can direct seed into the garden. So that's going to be really odd for me. It's been like 20 years since I've done that. I can't believe that I'm actually going to do that. So of course I'll bring you along for purchasing all that, and also my flowers. And speaking of flowers, we also have to do landscaping around the house, because nothing has been done. You know, his parents were sickly, and his mom's been gone 6 years, his dad longer than that, and nobody has done anything with the landscaping. So the grass is just kind of taken over, and all the landscaping's gone. So we have to do that. I also want to expand the garden. I want to put up a high tunnel. It's not going to be a huge high tunnel, but I really want a high tunnel. So that will be fun. And I want to, we're going to take the corn and the pumpkins and put them outside the garden. So that's part of the garden expansion that we're going to do. Another thing we want to do is add an orchard. There's some acreage back behind the pond by the farm, and it would be perfect for an orchard. So we're going to do apples, pears, plums, peaches, what else? Berries, blueberries, raspberries, black raspberries, strawberries. We're going to add those as well. Also, we're considering planting field corn and alfalfa hay in a couple of the farrow fields back there, because they really do need to be worked, because Tim's cousin has a farm right behind him, and his cows come and they get on our land. So we kind of wanted to have something there to rejuvenate the fields. So we're going to do like an alfalfa Timothy type hay, and see if we can get some hay going again. Also, probably not this year, we're going to add chickens. But we have to build them a coop first. There's a chicken coop there, but over the years, I mean, it's by some pine trees, and the pine trees block out every bit of sun for it. So I'd like to either move that coop someplace where it's sunnier or build another coop for the chickens, and it's going to have to be covered and completely fenced in on all three sides because we have eagles, bald eagles up there. So I'm not losing any of my chickens, bald eagles, I can tell you that. So my biggest challenge for filming all of this is that Tim does not want to be on camera. I called him a chicken, and he said he has the feathers to prove it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I told him we could do you remember that TV show Home Improvement, where they had that guy, what was his name? Wilson? Was that his name, Wilson? Where they would only show him like from here up over the fence. I said maybe we could do that with you. We'll only show you, you know, over, like you can stand me on the tractor or something like that. So we'll see if he'll be game to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to get him to do that. It has potential. It could be kind of cute to see what kind of different areas he can hide behind to only show, you know, this much of his self. There's a lot that's going to be happening, and as we rebuild this farmstead, I hope that you'll come along and join me for it. I hope to have regular content after June 1st, but I plan on bringing you along, you know, when I go shop for all my plants and flowers and herbs and all that stuff, and get the garden ready again for this coming gardening season. So thanks so much for watching this quick video. Please give this video a thumbs up, because that way, that's how YouTube grows your channel. And I look forward to seeing you through all of this. It's going to be a journey, and we'll see what we get done. We'll see. I don't know what we're going to get done, because everything, you know, everything takes longer than you think it's going to take. I wish I could just snap my fingers and everything would be done. So again, thank you for spending this time with me, and I look forward to seeing you later. Happy gardening, everybody. Bye-bye.